Well, the Fed is under pressure right now as investors worry about the spread of the coronavirus. Now, the outbreak is adding to market uncertainty amid a lack of clarity here just in terms of policy. We have Brian Cheung back with us. And Brian, when we start to look at what the markets are expecting at this point, right now, as it reads, at least 3 cuts are priced in for 2020.
I have to say it's been pretty amazing to watch the Fed funds futures market price in what the odds were going to be of a rate cut in its next meeting on March 18. On Monday, after the first rout in the markets went up from 11% to 23%. On Tuesday, it went from 23% to 33%. Today, it's at 67.5%. In just a few days, we've seen basically from a consensus of no rate cut or rate change in that meeting to almost a consensus that we are going to see a rate cut in that next meeting. I think it's worth noting, though, however, that the Fed officials that we've heard from so far this week have not provided any sort of indication that they are interested in putting to place any sort of rate cut or accommodation at this point in time. Rich Clarida, who is the vice chairman of the Federal Reserve, kind of the biggest one that we've heard from so far, said on Tuesday that it's still too soon to even speculate about either the size or the persistence of the coronavirus, and saying that he doesn't think it will lead right now, at least, to a material change in the outlook. And those are really the key words, because material change is the language that the Fed used after it went on pause at the end of last year after 75 basis points of cuts, saying they won't move until they see a material change. And for right now, the highest up that we've heard from the Fed is saying we don't see it as a material change. So there's definitely a pretty big and widening chasm between the markets and the Fed right now, something worth watching in the next few weeks.
Certainly is. All right, Brian Cheung.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.